It's Margaret Marshall, your healthy living expert, and I'm here today with Lori. And Lori has a challenge that she's going to ask us about so that we can help her out. So welcome, Lori.
Thanks, Margaret. It's so nice to be here.
Great to be with you.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. So I actually have two challenges that I'd like you to address, and they sort of intertwine in my life. And that is, I had been doing very, very well with my eating and my health, and then my son had a very, very traumatic illness. And I spent so much time in the hospital and running back and forth to doctors that I just never took care of myself. And in the process, I started my own business, and I find myself working 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, working at night, when I get up in the morning. I just need some advice on how to get back to being healthy.
Okay, you have a lot going on there. A lot going on. Now, when your son was diagnosed and he was in the hospital, right before that you were eating well and you were taking care of yourself.
Yes, I had lost 50 pounds. I was feeling good. I had a lot of energy. And then it's been downhill since then. It's been 5 years, and I guess I should stop blaming it on that, but I still use it as an excuse.
Okay, so maybe that's the first thing, that it's not an excuse anymore. But tell me what you were doing to when you were taking care of yourself. What did you do for yourself before all this happened? Because this is so common, Lori, that people really take good care of themselves and then life hits with some tragedy. And what happens is they lose sight of themselves going through the tragedy or the situation or the event.
Right.
I'm hearing that's what happened to you, but let's just go back to right before that. Right before that, how were you taking care of yourself? What were you doing for yourself?
Well, I was working in the city, so I was doing a lot of walking because I walked to the office. I was going to Weight Watchers. I had lost 50 pounds in 50 weeks. I was going to the gym twice a week and doing weight training religiously. So I was just doing things that I had time to do.
Okay, so 50 pounds in 50 weeks is a pretty quick weight loss. Would you think that was extreme? What you were doing to lose that weight was a little extreme?
It was difficult. I don't know that I would have been able to maintain it even if he had not gotten sick.
Okay.
That's something I think about all the time. Well, gee, I can say that, but what would have happened? I didn't want to lose any more weight than that. Would I have been able to continue on that kind of a stringent regimen? I just don't know.
Okay, and you know what?
From what I know from your work, you would say probably not.
Well, you know what I would say to you right now? It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter, because what I'm hearing, 50 pounds in 50 weeks with going to the gym all the time and working in the city, I have many clients who work in the city. They don't have time to go to the gym all the time. So, that's telling me that you put all of your time and all of your effort into that weight loss.
Yes.
So is it manageable for a long period of time? Probably not, but that doesn't matter right now. Doesn't matter. So when you were going to Weight Watchers, you were eating enough or too little? What do you think?
I think I was eating enough. I was just so focused on writing things down and numbers and adding that eating was not enjoyable.
Okay.
It was more frustrating, but I was so determined that I was going to do this and follow all the rules and fill in all the boxes and make all the checks.
Yeah.
That I made myself crazy with it.
And that's not sustainable regardless. So I always say to people, what you want to do is really make it who you are, that you're someone who wants to take care of yourself regardless of what happens and what's thrown at you. But what's in the past is in the past. So your question right now, let's pinpoint it a little closer. The challenge today is?
Making time to take care of myself.
Okay, so you're no longer in the city. You're now working closer to your home.
Yes.
The flip side of that is now you have your own business, and there's no, 9 to 5 or 9 to 4 or 8 to 4. So it's 7 days a week.
It's 7 days a week. It's all day, taking a little break at the end of the day for family time, and then, then back at it on the computer.
So what I'm hearing a little more from you, Lori, is that you need to think about life balance a little more in depth.
All right. Well, I'm a klutz and don't balance well. So tell me what you have in mind.
A klutz that doesn't balance well. So if you take I always ask people to take a 24-hour period and take those 24 hours. How many of those hours are you going to be sleeping? Do you sleep 6 hours, 8 hours? What do you sleep?
7.
7 hours. So, all right, do the math. 24 minus 7 is 18. Is that right?
I don't do math, but I don't think so. I think it's probably 17.
17.
7 would be
Okay, so that leaves you 17 hours of awake time. How many hours of those are spent at work?
From 7 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon.
So that's 9 hours?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 hours in the office.
9 hours. So we have, 17 minus 9 is, you asked me to do math here real quick. Is that right? 8 hours?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's take those 8 hours, and it's not going to be early in the morning because you're getting to work early in the morning, right?
Right.
I'm not hearing that it's during the day because you're busy working during the day, right?
Okay, yeah.
So is it when you get home from work till the time you go to sleep, you have about 8 hours there?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, like 6 hours.
6 hours. All right. So
somehow our math is screwed up, but I would guess about. Well, no, it's 8 hours, but from 4 to 6, it's just quiet time. So really, from 6 to 10 is non-committed time.
Okay. So we need some time in that 6 to 10. That's 4 hours. That's only 4 hours. Okay. So somewhere our math got a little screwed up, but let's take those 4 hours. Now, some of that is relaxed time, or did you already say that's 4 to 6?
Relaxed time is done.
Okay, relaxed time is done. That's good. So what I'm hearing, Lori, is that you're already putting in the hours that you know you need to relax between your first job and then your second job, coming home and doing what you need to do at home.
Right.
Are you responsible for cooking your own meals?
Absolutely not.
You're not. Okay.
But I help with preparation, and I do the cleanup.
Okay, so that's part of those 4 hours. So maybe 40 minutes out of the 4 hours?
Actually, that's part of the 4 to 6 downtime. I include that as dinner and downtime.
So we don't even have to count that. Great. So we're still working with 4 hours here. So in those 4 hours, tell me 2 things that you can do that's just for you.
The exercise bicycle.
Okay. How long do you want to do that for?
At least 20 minutes, I'm guessing. Maybe 30 would be better.
Okay, you could work from 20 to 30. Okay, we'll give you that. So now we have 3.5 hours. Do you have to plan your food for the next day, or is that done for you?
That's done for me.
That's done for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. What else?
I have to drink vodka, and I have to watch TV.
So how many hours do you spend watching television?
Probably just an hour. It's on in the background, but to actually sit down and watch it, probably from 9 to 10, right before I go to sleep.
Right before you go to sleep. And I happen to know, because you've told me before, you only have 1 shot of vodka.
Yes.
And that you enjoy that. So we're not talking a bottle of vodka in the evening. So,
But if that's a choice, we could discuss it.
No, we're not going to put that in there. No. Okay, so do you take your shot of vodka during the hour you're watching television?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my wind down. 9 o'clock is when I shut down.
Okay, so what do you need to do in those 3 hours that are unaccounted for that would take care of you?
Probably some other type of exercise or some other type of movement, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's dark at that point now, so it's not like I can go out and walk.
So this is what I'm thinking, Laura. You tell me, I don't mean to cut you off, but you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I heard you say that before your son was sick, what you were doing was extreme. The exercise was extreme. The eating was extreme.
Yes. That
is really short-lived. In our time here, where we put these hours together for you, your exercise is already in. So it doesn't have to be extreme. It can be if you want it to, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, your 20 to 30 minutes right now is fine for you.
Okay, that's good news.
Your life. You always have to do what you can fit into your life, and many of your hours are accounted for. So 20 to 30 minutes of exercise for you each day, though.
Yes.
Into your life. So it's just more of a balance. You need to, you're not responsible for taking care of your food, so you could ask someone to have your food done the way you want it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And you're not responsible for cooking your meals. So you're a lucky lady in that respect.
Well, I'm banned from the kitchen because it's a dangerous situation, but yes.
That's all right. I wish someone would ban me from the kitchen and take that job over. So I would say to you, really, really think about it, Lori. And in a perfect world, if you had 3 hours a day to make you happy, and that doesn't include your exercise, it doesn't include your hour watching television, and it doesn't include your shot of vodka. 3 hours a day that would make you happy and feel more balanced in your life. In a perfect world, how do you want to spend it?
Reading.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, probably reading something that I didn't need to read for work, just to delve into fiction or something that would just, disassociate from the day-to-day of everything.
Pleasure reading.
Pleasure reading.
Pleasure
In the spring and the summer, on the weekends, I'm able to, fit in fishing, which is very relaxing. It's not my time of year to do that now.
Right,
But yeah, just to delve into, maybe go back and read the classics, some Jane Austen or something like that, just to disassociate from now.
So, I always say people have the best answers for themselves. So the advice I would give you today, Lori, is forget about being extreme. Okay, because you're right, regardless of what happens in your life, that's not sustainable. It's just not. And I think you have to get that out of your head and be more realistic. And then, budget your time so that your life feels more balanced and easier for you, because you have a very busy schedule. And if reading something you enjoy, even if it's not for the 3 hours, even if you take an hour and do that, would that ground you?
It would be different. I haven't done that in 5 years. So It probably would.
Would you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Let us know how that works for you.
All right. I think I'll give that a shot.
What's the first book you're going to read?
Well, my friend's daughter actually has to read Catcher in the Rye for school, and I promised I would co-read that with her. So after that, I think I will read, maybe I'll read one of the Wuthering Heights or one of the Bronte books.
Okay. And the book you're reading, Catcher in the Rye for your friend's daughter, is not part of your pleasure reading.
No, it's a little torture, but it's still reading that I don't have, nobody's paying me to read it. So
right.
It's pleasure reading of a sort.
Right. Okay. So you're going to take the extreme thinking out of your mind.
Okay.
You're going to take some time each day and just do what makes you feel grounded so that your life feels more balanced, so that you can deal when something hits you, because things sometimes just hit us and we don't expect it.
Yeah.
You'll be more balanced and ready to deal with it, and you will be someone who takes care of themselves and not just doing something temporarily.
That sounds like a great plan.
How does that sound?
That sounds great.
All right. We have a deal?
We have a deal.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us, Lori, today. And, I'm going to ask you all to go to margaretmarshallassociates.com. Contact me there with your challenges. We'll make them into a triumph. And subscribe here to see everybody else's challenges. Someone else's challenges just may be yours. Have a great day, Lori. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.